Here on Girls Talk, we cover off all the things that girls need to know. And one thing we do need to know is how to make a man look good. We've got the man here to tell us. It's John from Suits on Wall Street. It's great to have you back this week. Now, I'm sitting, you're standing, because you found this gorgeous model. We'll get to him in a moment. Yep. But we are talking the 3 C's of purchasing a suit?
Yes.
Okay, so let's run over those today.
What we're looking for, P, when we come in to look at a suit at Suits on Wall Street, is we get a young guy like Regan here, we want to look at it and we want to weigh up the sort of cut that Regan's going to suit best. We're going to look at sort of the cloth that's going to suit Regan best, and then the sort of cost of what Regan would expect to pay for a suit.
So when you say cut, that's really interesting you bring that up, because women especially, you know, it's always, oh, wear a pear shape or wear a hourglass shape or wear an apple shape. It's just as important, isn't it, for men
very
to know
much
their
so.
Body shape. So what sort of suit would you be putting on Regan today? Get the best out of his features.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the one that we think that fits Regan probably the best. Obviously we've prepared for this, so
yes. And
then I'm going to run through why Regan isn't just a generic size very quickly. So
great.
What we'll do is we'll put this coat on. I'll give you. So what we're looking for with Regan is, most importantly, how it fits through the armholes here, how clean we can get it over the chest. So often you'll see with a lot of young people, they'll buy a suit and it'll be buckling at the top here, and they'll think it's pretty cool because it's nice and slim, and they'll get this sort of a carry-on. We want that sitting lovely like that. We want the armhole lovely. We want Regan to be able to move in it. So if he's got good armhole room, it sits beautifully through the back. The coat length is nice. It doesn't look like he's borrowed one off his little brother. And if he chose to do it up, which a lot of men don't do, but if he did choose to do it up, that it sits flattering. Okay,
that's great. So this is the jacket of choice that you would...
This is probably the suit of choice that we would put Regan into. Obviously we discuss it first, make sure that it's the sort of thing that Regan's looking for, whether it's an everyday suit or whether it's a special occasion suit. Sometimes you can achieve both out of a suit. So.
Okay, so this is the pick.
Yep.
Let's look at some that aren't so good, will we?
We'll look at some that aren't so good. Now this is a lovely suit for quite a lot of people, but unfortunately for Regan, it's probably not as ideal as it could be, because if he's doing it up, suddenly we start getting the pucker through the chest plate. Now this is an identical suit size to the last one that we just had on. It's actually made by the same company, Cambridge, who are major manufacturers, but it can just show you just how subtle it can be, and sometimes one suit doesn't fit everybody.
Oh, well, it doesn't. You've just proved that.
So that's comfortable.
That's a no-go.
This suit here, we'll talk a little bit about the quality of cloth. Now, this is an Italian milled cloth, pure wool, again. It's a suit that is exclusive to Suits on Wall Street, Don Bagnato. Once again, it is a particularly good style of fit for Regan, but probably not a good suit if you're wanting an everyday suit. This is a special occasion suit. It has much finer detailing and wool to Super 120s. For those in the textile industry will know what that means. It's just super finely woven. But the detailing internally is exquisite. So just a lot more put together as a suit.
So maybe for someone watching, this suit would be maybe a second option after getting your day-to-day suit.
It's day-to-day suit, special occasion suit, and also a much more expensive suit.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
We come down to the third C, the cost. And with this particular suit, this is a slimline suit, and Regan is a slimline guy, but we were looking at the same size with all these suits, not even remotely close. So this is why these things need to be done in person. They're much better coming in to see a professional, that we can guide you through the process. The suit jacket itself, if Regan was wearing it open like this all the time, you'd say looks pretty acceptable. If you came to the trouser side of it, these trousers are manufactured with a very short rise, so you end up with
your man's muffin top.
The man's muffin top.
There you go. Or in this case, a pie.
And it's hard enough on us poor blokes now without needing any further enhancement. So yeah, I think there's
you're struggling to do that up, and I'm a wee skinny fella.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. So we go back to just being able to fit things, try and get the colour right, the palette right, and make sure that it's within the cost structure that Regan wants to spend at.
That's great.
So that's where we
Well,
are
thank
today.
you, John, for coming, and I'm sure our viewers have got a lot out of those 4 examples. And to be honest, I would have thought they all looked good, but when you actually get those examples, you've got to get it just right, don't you?
There is one thing, P. Compromise. Do not compromise any of those 3 things to
Okay,
get the
so
final
those
result.
3 C's before we finish up, John.
The 3 C's:
Cut.
cloth, cut, and cost.
That's great. Go and see John and the team at Suits on Wall Street. They are opposite Lush, and as we've just seen the example on Regan, you've got to get it just so.